Hello everyone. Welcome to Ed Talk TV, Conversations Worth Having. I hope you're having a fantastic day. Matter of fact, tell me in the comments, even if you're watching the replay, even if it's the weekend, I don't care. Share with me in the comments, how is your day going? I hope it's going good. I'm going to go ahead and pop in a couple things in the comments. If you're new around here, obviously let us know, but how it works is I'm usually going live Monday through Friday here on Ed Talk TV, where we talk about business, tech, and the user experience. You're going to learn a lot in the time that we have here, but I mostly go live from my desktop. So when you tune in live, I can add your comments on the screen, and I'm going to drop a comment into the comments real quick. So quick housekeeping, real quick, so you guys know. Tomorrow is our live paid training. It won't be on Facebook, so FYI, around how to start a magazine. So if you've been thinking about starting a magazine or you're just curious, I actually am going to have a paid live training on that tomorrow. And also, if you're a Hey Ed member, you get a discount for that. So what is a Hey Ed member? Well, I'm glad you asked. A Hey Ed membership basically is access to my private tutorials, resources, tools, me, and my community, and it's just a nice place where you can ask those quick questions, get answers, not feel like there's anything about having a dumb question, because there is none, and it's just a really great community where we all get together, and it's come and go. It's not one of those things where it's like, you have to show up, you have to do XYZ. No. I'm literally just pouring in the valuable content, the tips, the tricks, all of that, the resources, and you just take what you need when you need it. So that's a little bit about it. Both those links are in the comments, so if you're watching the replay and you're curious about that, go ahead and check them out. So that's what we have for you. Now, today, we're going to talk about a couple different things. We're going to cover some random news, which is, let me tell you, it is really, really random. I'm also going to look at my phone because I see that we have people here, but I don't see my comments working, so I just want to make sure. There we go. Perfect. It just started popping up. Hey, Paula. See you guys when you tune in live. I can add you to the screen. See, that's why there's quite a bit of delay because it's still on my intro. Notice this? It's 4:03 on my clock. And you guys are still catching up on the intro there. So sometimes you'll notice that there's a long delay for food for thought. Here's a tip for you when you go live. Sometimes there will be a huge delay. Hey, Aaron, with your broadcast. So you just keep rolling with it. That's why it's important not to worry about the numbers, meaning the number of viewers you have, the number of loves you get, or the likes, or the shares. By the way, you can always share this at any point. But you want to make sure that you just worry about showing up and delivering and engaging. Those are the three core values. That's what you're going to get around here. So just keep that in mind and understand that, let the numbers and the comments and everything roll in as necessary. Your job is to just show up, deliver, and engage. So that's what we're going to do. So we'll talk about random news. I'm looking at my notes down below here. We'll talk about random news, which is this is just ridiculous. Let me just say up front, you guys are going to be like, are you serious? Are you kidding me? Yeah, it's going to be that kind of news. Then we're going to talk about a new Facebook feature that I discovered today. Maybe you guys have had it. Maybe you don't have it yet. Maybe it's coming your way, so we'll take a look at that. And then we'll start talking about what I discovered today as I was driving home from the gym. And I thought, you know what? This is a good Facebook Live topic for today. Hey, Jerisha's here. Welcome. What up? I haven't seen Jerisha in a while, and I've kind of been hit and miss with her broadcast, so I'm super excited. You guys, Jerisha's been on the show before as well, one of our guests. If you guys want to become a guest, we got the info. You can become a guest, but don't go there now. Wait till later. Hey, Mindy, you guys are all popping in. I love it. There's a slight delay, so bear with me. Happy to catch me live. I'm happy that you're here. Real quick, let's talk about this random news. Have you guys heard of this new challenge? This new ridiculous, I don't even know how these viral challenges get started. It just we had the Tide Pod eating challenge, which if you guys got teenagers, you need to be talking to them and being like, I hope you are not doing this stupid thing over here, because if you are, I'm going to smack you upside the head, because that's not what I raised you to do, right? So you have the Tide Pod eating challenge. We've had the eating the lemons. We've had all these different types. I mean, you name it, it's been out there. So now, do you guys know what? Hey, Chrissy, do you guys know now what the newest challenge is? Have you heard of this? It's going to blow your mind. Condom snorting. Like, I don't even know, like, these kids have so much time on their hands. Like, we need to put them to work. Teenagers, if you're listening to me, let's get you up and running with a business book and put that, that creative energy elsewhere, because that's just not happening. Yeah, you guys, snorting condoms. I don't even know, like, how do you even come up with that? You're just like hanging out. And exactly, Teresha, you should see some of the newscasts that I saw. One newscast yesterday that reported on it, and it was hilarious. It's one of those things that it's like, I don't even know how do you come up with these challenges? You're hanging out with your friends and you're like, oh, I think that, but snorting, like literally, you guys, they are grabbing condoms. I saw one video. It's disgusting. And the vodka shots with the eyeballs, right, Aaron? That was weird too. And that's just not like, what? Like, why can't you just drink like normal? Like, that's weird. There's been a lot of other ones. But like what the kids are doing is they're literally taking a condom, they're snorting it up their nose and trying to get it to come out of their mouth. Like, what is wrong with these guys? Like, literally, I don't even have kids, you guys, but if I was a parent and my kid did that, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I'm standing over here like, are you kidding me? You're going to make me take you to the doctor because you got a condom stuck between your nasal passages and your throat? Like, hell no. You can walk your butt down to the street or to the doctor's. You can pay with your own money, your copay, because I sure as heck am not paying your copay. I work hard for my money. Like, that, we're not going to give it up for a stupid condom in your nose / your mouth. Like, get real. So I don't know. Sorry, I just had to say it because it's like I haven't seen that in the UK yet. Yeah, Chrissy, let's hope not. I don't know if that's an American thing or international thing. It's very weird. By the way, you guys, we have a ton of international folks, which is why I bring that up. So it's just odd. I just don't get it, and it's just weird. And I can't imagine what happens when that gets stuck. Like, it's just odd. So anyway, yeah, Whitney, right? What? Yeah. So that's our random news. And then we're going to take a look. It's just like the Tide Pod challenge. It's like, okay, you just ate something that's hazardous, like really hazardous, and now I have to take you to the doctor because you were being dumb. Like, and how embarrassing that taking your kid to the doctor. That's why I wouldn't. I'd be like, I'll drop you off. There you go. Start walking. Like, have a condom hanging out of your nose or halfway through your mouth and you can't get it out. Like, it's just weird. It's weird. So anyway, let's talk about, I did this on my personal profile earlier, but I want to share it with you guys because we have talked about this before. But I want to share this again because they're doing it again. They're not paying attention to the user experience, and that's what we're all about, is when it comes to your website. I'm going to kind of recap if some of you like Aaron were on my previous one, and Chrissy. I want a quick recap, and then we'll jump into today's content. But when it comes to your website, I know you got to make money. I know that you're trying to, get these affiliate links and these these ads to be on your website because that's the only way that you'll get money if somebody clicks on them or whatever. But you have to remember the user experience. You have to remember your customers, your potential customers, and the fact that they're coming to your site. First off, if you get them to come to your site, pat yourself on the back. Like, that's a miracle in itself because you have now made them stop what they're doing on Facebook, on Instagram, on Snapchat, on Twitter, on Google. I mean, let's face it, that's pretty much where we all live, right? On Amazon, maybe. I don't even know why, but we'll just say that. So you've made somebody stop what they're doing, take action by clicking, and then taking them to your website. That's huge. You have to pat yourself on the back for that. So power to you. Like, you get bonus points for that. Now, you have to continually fine-tune your website to make sure that that user experience is the best it can be for those people that come to your site. What do I mean by that? Any of you who have been to my site, over time especially, have seen how much of a progress it's been, how much progress I've made over the years. You guys, not overnight, over the years. You test, you play, you keep fine-tuning and seeing what happens with your users. You can use things like Debbie, one of our audience members, Debbie, had mentioned, use things like heat maps. There's programs out there to see where people are clicking, what they're doing on your website, outside of your Google Analytics. Like, understand that you can't just throw these ads all over your website and say, no, we're good. Like, we're going to make some money today. No, you're not. Because if people come to your site, and I'm going to show you an example, we've seen this before, but it's back again. If people come to your site and they see all of this, they're gone. Peace. Bye. Bye, Felicia, right? A lot of you guys are saying that, right? So it's one of those things that you have to understand, that you have to find that balance. And sometimes you may go one extreme and then realize, oh, crap, I gotta dial it back. And then you dial it back. And then you go extreme again, and then you dial it back until you find that balance, and that's okay. We're all learning, and we're all doing the work, which we're going to talk about in today's episode. So let me show you, because I can screen share with you, let me show you what we got going on here. So we've seen this site before. I love Mashable. If anybody from Mashable is watching, I love you guys, but user experience sucks on your website. I'm just going to say it because I've said it before, and I just don't like this user experience. So when you come to the site, there's a lot going on. It takes a while to load, not just my internet connection, but it takes a lot of time to load. And let's see if it's even going to do it now. So this ad that they have right here that they're trying to promote, it had shaken. Oh, it's still loading. So a little bit of that right now is because of my streaming, but a lot of it has to do with how their page is, and I know because I'm on it a lot. So let's see if it will do it now. What will happen is, and it probably is like, oh, we're not going to do it now because Ed told us that it's bad. They had this option up here that automatically shook everything here. So all of these things would shake. And it's probably because I've been on here a couple times already, so it's probably not going to do it for us. But basically, every little square on there would rattle, and then the screen would go black in the background, and everything would be moving around, and you were like, what is happening here? Like, this is weird. It's just like, and then it stops. And then it goes again, and you're like, dude, I'm just trying to research. I'm just trying to look for an article that might be of interest that I can click on. Like, I'm not trying to go here to this disco party that, I don't even know, a disco party. But, this rave or something. I don't know if raves have that. But, like, just shaking up and stuff. It's like, no. Oh, now it's doing it. Now it's doing it. Watch. Let's see if I can get it to do it while we're live. You see that? You see how it's shaking? And then it says stop animation. Isn't that annoying? Yeah, like, you guys, I don't even know. So this is my big thing. I got to get that off because it's like driving me crazy. I don't even know who thought that was a good idea. Like, and I'm obviously I don't know the specifics behind all of this, so I'm just going to give you my best guess on things like this. But think about it. You have somebody in charge at Mashable who approves the ads, right? They have to make money, so I get it. They approve the ads or whatever. But let's not even think about that person. Let's go to the actual ad creator, the person that created that ad, and their team. Like, who thought that would be a good idea to have stuff shake up and move around on a page? If I was sitting in that room, I'd be like, user experience, UX, like what are we doing here? Because that's not good. Like, it's not even fun. Like, back to the drawing board. So remember, like, Come up with ideas. That's great. Write them down. Let them marinate for a little bit. Think about it. See what you can do with it. Then ask yourself, as a user coming to this website, is this what I would want? As a customer, is this something that I think would be fun or cool or different, but in a good way? You have to ask yourself those questions. Don't just come up with the ideas. Don't just launch something, but really think about it. I wouldn't be staying on there for long. Exactly, Chrissy. And you guys think about that too. You added the ad, so let's say on that one, you were like, okay, cool, I'm going to add this ad, we'll see what happens, and I'm going to get paid, let's say you get paid $100 for somebody that clicks on that ad. Well, that sounds great. You get $100 if somebody clicks, right? So even if they click by accident, you would get $100. But what if nobody's coming to your website because you have a bad user experience? Well, you're guaranteed no clicks. So you're still at $0, whichever way you look at it. So really think about that and understand that. Now, let's talk about the new Facebook feature. I'm going to pull up my Facebook page so you guys can see what I'm talking about. Now, you may or may not have this. I don't know. You will have to tell us in the comments if you do or not. And you may not know right this minute, so you can watch the replay and just let us know. But I'm going to go ahead and load my page up here. Got to give it a second because today we have a little bit of a delay going on. So now what I'm about to show you, I want you to remember, and I'll talk about it when we see this, but I want you to remember that your, Aaron says it's on their mobile site. See, Aaron, I didn't even go to the mobile because I was like, I can't do it. It makes everything jiggle and the video thumbnails shift around. It kills me. I'm like, what are you guys doing? So yeah, it's weird. So what I'm going to show you is very interesting, what Facebook is doing. And I want you guys to look at it later, not now. I'm going to show you mine so you can see, and then you can watch the replay if you want. But what I want to show you here on Facebook and remind you is there are cool features that Facebook is trying to add to our business pages, which is awesome. I mean, they're doing features all the time for our profiles and stuff, right? But this feature is very cool, and it actually reminds me of another program that's out there, another platform. I'll see if you guys can guess it. No, it's not Snapchat. But this feature I'm about to show you, it's a nice added feature for your business page. How many of you guys have a business page? Let me know in the comments, even if you're watching the replay. What I want you to remember, though, and this is key, is that a Facebook business page does not replace your website. I'll repeat that again when we get onto this, but I just want you to understand that. Now, some of you are going to be like, but Ed, everyone's on Facebook, and Facebook's just so much easier than trying to go get a WordPress website and deal with the theme and plugins and web hosts and trying to figure out the technology that I don't have experience in. Listen, you do have experience in some of that. You will have experience in some of that. You keep following me, hanging out with me, join the Hey Ed membership, whatever you want to do. But remember, you have to have your own space because Facebook is rented space. And if you mess up, let's just say you mess up on a Facebook Live, and I don't mean like you fall in your Facebook Live or you drop the phone or whatever. I'm talking about, let's say you background music and it red flags Facebook and you get in Facebook jail because that's a thing, then you can't go live on your page. Or maybe somebody hacks your account and now you can't get onto your business page. Like, there's so many things that could go wrong and be shut down for everything that you have to remember that. I'm putting that scare tactic there because I want you to understand that. So I'm looking at you guys. Yes, perfect. Wide eyes. Yes, Erin, Chrissy. Awesome. She has 3. Nice. Paula, yes, I have 2 sites for my different businesses. Nice. Okay, perfect. Erin, good advice. Don't let Facebook own your content. Yeah, I mean, because let's face it, anything we put on Facebook, basically they own it. But what Erin means by that is like you need to still have control by having your own website. So let me go ahead and flip my screen for you guys here. So we can go here. Perfect. All right, so here's the business page. Obviously, we know this. Now, when you come down, notice this section is different. Now, I noticed this today on somebody else's Facebook page, and I was like trying to analyze what kind of page are they? Is it only specific to certain ones? And then I came over to my page, and I realized, oh, I have it. So check this out. This is what used to be that teeny little section, like kind of like this, that said about, and then you could read more. But watch what happens when I click here. And this is where it will take a second. This is where I want you to think about maybe what platform you might recognize this design from, and I'll talk about it in a minute. But look at this. I have my own cover art here. I have my The Story. Dun, 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 dun. I was able to put text here. I was able to make these bold. Oh yeah, look at this. I was able to put a live link in here. Oh yeah, and I was able to put a photo and some more links to make it easier, and another photo. Check that out. How cool is that? So let me look at the comments real quick. Debbie, yes, Debbie nailed it. Look at that. Medium. Medium is a platform. Let me see if I can get to it. It's going to take a minute. Let's see if I can even, medium.com. I don't know if we'll be able to, I didn't prep for this example, so we'll see what pops up. But Medium is, I am not very much on Medium, to be honest, you guys, but Medium has, basically it looks just like this layout. And when you go to edit your story here, it's very easy, super easy. Keep in mind, it took me about 7 tries to get my photo just right, and I'll explain that here in a minute. But see how it says remove? It gives you a little walkthrough. When you're over here, you can see that it will catch up in a second. Oh, good, Aaron, you had that. Awesome. Yeah, and you can put links and photos. See how it has photos, and there's a paragraph look, so you can make things bold. I might play with that a little bit more. You can do quotes. Like, it's super cool. Let's see if I can go over to Medium and see if anything pops up. The body no longer policed by gender. I don't even know if any of these are interesting ideas that set your mind in motion. Let's see if I can, if this will pop up with what I'm trying to show you guys. So, sort of. You can't really tell unless you're logged in, so it's going to take too much time. But basically, it's very similar to that clean look. Yeah, that's not even going to show it, so I won't even worry about it. But anyway, you can check Medium later if you're interested. But it has it here. It's great for following specific content. I follow a lot on the pros out there. Yeah, so Debbie's saying that on Medium, she's actually using Medium to follow a lot of UX pros. And for those who don't know what UX means, that refers to user experience. And Medium is a very popular outlet for you to post your blog posts and to find people. So definitely check it out because it is worth investing some time in. Now, as we work our way down this page, I want you to understand, like, getting this the way I wanted took about 7 tries. And now you're going to be like, well, Ed, how did you do this? What program did you do, and how can I make mine, right? Well, if you're asking those questions, I have the answer. You use Canva.com. All you need is Canva.com. I know many of you use that. And then I just used the Facebook header image. And then what I did was I used text just to put on here. Now you can put whatever you want, but you just go ahead and play with the different photos here. Now here is where you can do that. When you actually click here, you can hit remove, and then it will allow you to upload. I'm not going to remove mine because I just finished putting that up. But you have all these different options, and this walks you through, you can just hit next here. And then it tells you how to do this. Choose a tagline or title that represents your business. So instead of the story, now that I'm reading this, I might put my tagline there. I might do something, get schooled in business and tech. Well, you know what? Maybe we'll just do that so you can see what it's like. If I can get it there. Let's see if it will finish. Let's see. Get schooled in business and tech. Let's see if that works. And then what we'll do is we'll hit this X to get rid of it. And then I made it, this is for me, but for me I made it more like an introduction. Hi, I'm Ed, blah, blah, blah. And then I kind of go into my story. I actually took some of this from my About page because I don't know if people are going to make that click over to my business page and go to my About page. If they do, great, because there's more information over there besides this, and there's a video that they can look at and things like that. But I'm kind of giving them a little bit of that same vibe over here, just in case they go somewhere else. So understand that you could somewhat use this as your About page, but I want you to remember, and I'm going to bring it back to me for a second here. It's going to take a second to flip over there. I want you guys to remember that this is still rented space. You can make this like your About page. Don't let it replace your About page on your website, okay? So like I said, I pulled some copy from my About page. I popped it onto here because you may just look at this and be like, okay, this guy's cool. Like, let's hit him up. Let's work. Or, hey, let's go join his Hey Ed membership. Done. And you may never go to my About page, right? You may just go to my Learning Center, Learn from Ed, which, by the way, I just added a search bar for you guys to hopefully find what you're looking for quicker there. But it's that type of thing that you really, like, this is what goes on in my head, you guys. This is what you need to start doing as well. You have to think about what can you do to make things easier. What if somebody doesn't come directly to that page? Where can we go? Now, we talk about the About page a lot, and we actually had a great episode on that a while back that you can go take a look at on the blog. But we talk about the About page a lot. Anybody know why we talk about the About page on a website? I'm going to take a sip of water, but I want to know, do you know why we talk about the About page on a website? And there's no wrong answer, by the way. There's no wrong answer. Don't feel like you have to have something specific. Like, whatever comes to mind, just let me know in the comments, even if you're watching the replay. And I'm just catching up on the comments there. Yeah, Aaron, don't quite get it. Yeah, it's new, at least on my page. I didn't have it the other day, so it just came through on my page. Aaron, it's like an About section, yes, and place to put your bio. Exactly. They're helping us businesses, helping us out with getting more information out there and quick and easy. Think about it, you guys. Again, it's that temptation of, well, I don't need a website because I don't want to deal with all that. I'm just going to have a business page. No, you need both, but Facebook realizes that there is a need to have a little bit extra when it comes to your bio. That's why they're making it a little user-friendly, a little more user-friendly, and they're allowing you to have more information there with links. Utilize it if you have it on your page. Mindy says, people want to know you in order to do business with you. Exactly. You guys, the reason why the About page on your website is so important is because when you look at your analytics from Google, most of the time, the number one page that shows up on those Google Analytics, or number two, because sometimes it's usually your home page, the next one that people go to is typically the About page. They want to know about you. Now, again, and we won't go too far into this, but your About page is not necessarily all about you. I know it's kind of weird. Like on my About page, if you go read it later, you're not going to see that it's like, So I'm Ed, and I'm great at helping you with building your business. I am a tech expert that I'm going to help you fight the tech. Like, there's a story there. It's not all about, well, I graduated from college with a BA in communications and I do XYZ. Like, I don't list it out like that. I tell a story that includes that. But I also think about you, the user, coming to that page who wants to read a story about me. Hopefully that makes sense. If not, or if you want more details, we have the episode over on the blog, so don't worry. So you just have to think about that. And when it comes to this Facebook feature, I'm going to flip back over. When it comes to this Facebook feature, like if your page has this, take time later to play with this, to test it out. So I made that change. So I'm going to go ahead and hit, I'm going to go ahead and save it if it didn't already save. Let me just double check. Publish updates. So let's see what that looks like. It will take a second here. Chrissy says, is that the same for products too? Do they go to the about section before they shop? Ooh, Chrissy, that is a great question. And I will put that out there for all of you watching this, even replay viewers. What do you think on that? Again, there's no right or wrong answer, and it's a great question. I will say that probably, I don't know, it could be 50-50 or it could be a little bit weighted a little bit more that people will go to the about section before shopping. I think it really depends on how well they know you, how much of a presence you have, especially online, and then also what it is you're selling. For instance, if you're selling, let's say something under $50, and if I know your name and I kind of you've been recommended, or something pops up and it's like, oh, I actually want to check that out, I may not go to your about section. If the product and the sale part of it is good enough, then I'll just buy it. But if we're talking about like $200+, you better believe that I and you should be doing some research to make sure that you're willing to invest your money into that product or service, right? So great question. So let me scroll up here and let's see what that looks like now. Look at that. So now it says, get schooled in business and tech. Hi, I'm Ed. I like that. Now, we've only done part of the puzzle. Can you guys guess what the next part is? Just knowing this? Minnie says, not unless it's some kind of new product or they have mission/story tied to the product. Yeah, see? Did you guys hear that? I'm going to put it on screen in just a minute. Mindy here has a great point, and she points out they have a mission/story tied to the product. Then she'll read it, and then she'll try to go through that information. But keyword story, that is a key. We keep talking about this. Storytelling. Stories sell. Not buy this, buy that, I do this, I do that. The story sells. Just like clean design sells itself. It does. It does. So going back to this new feature, I'm going to break it down a little bit for you guys. So we have the new feature on the page, right? We just fixed it on a computer. Now, what's the next piece of the puzzle that we have to figure out? Are you guys catching what I'm feeding you? It's kind of weird. I don't know. That we're just running with it. I have my story on your. Nice, Chrissy. Perfect. Are you guys picking up what I'm laying down here? Well, let me show you. We did it on the desktop, and this applies for everything, you guys, whether it's your Facebook page, your website, your email marketing. Ah, thank you, Mindy. What does it look like on the phone? Yes, Chrissy, how does it do on the mobile? Yes, exactly. Well, funny you should ask. Let's take a look. So, on the business page here, we're going to scroll all the way down. Oh, look, we're live. Actually, let me make sure. Is it still? Oh, yeah. Ah, not bad. Let's see. Not bad. Get schooled in business and tech. I think that's catchy. I don't know. You guys share your feedback whenever you want. Because obviously you're the ones who are reading it. So it may be catchy for me, but I need your feedback to find out if that works or not, you know? I will say it looks great. Now, here's the other thing. So we checked both places. That worked. Notice that worked too. You can't really see it, but it's my website address, my URL, edtroxel.com. That's like the main one. Well, that's where that 7, remember I mentioned that header image I worked on, about 7 drafts of that? Well, the reason it took me 7 drafts for a simple photo with one thing of text was because I'm a little weird when it comes to desktop and mobile, which you should be too, and trying to make it work. Let me just check. Mindy says, I like it. I'm glad it's not hidden at the tabs. Yeah, well, and here's the thing, Mindy. I'm going to get back to my comment in just a second. But Mindy brought up a good point. She's talking about it's not hidden in the tabs. I don't know about you guys, but when I go through, like on, let's say, a group promo day, a Facebook group, when they have promos and people share their business pages, I will go click on them, and then I'll go click on the About tab because I want to know about them. Almost 9 out of 10 times, on mobile at least, the About section doesn't load. That's not their fault. That's Facebook's fault. So then I have to hit the back button, and then it gets me pushed out. Now, I do a lot of extra work because I want to know, and I want to see who to follow and stuff. You may not do that extra work. So this kind of a feature is pretty cool to have. Let's see. Perfectly describes your business. Oh, thanks, Paula. Okay, cool. That's great feedback. Thank you. See, this is why you guys go live, because you get instant feedback. It doesn't matter if it's one person or 20 or more. Can you update it on Good Mobile? Ooh, Chrissy, I don't know. Let me see. Let me tap on this and see. Nope. You can only do it on your computer. Now here's, okay. Oh, Facebook. Okay, so we thought, okay, I'll share this in a moment. Give me a second. Okay, we'll collect ourselves. So we just saw on the desktop how we had the photo, right? So it took me 7 times to really get it to fit right because I kept moving the text to make sure that it fits. Let me pull up that screen again. I kept fixing the text so that when it was in this form here, that it would almost line up with this section here because I can't change this. And if it's too low, then it's hidden. If it's too high, it's a little weird. So I made it work this way. And again, that's trial and error. I can't tell you do X, Y, Z. You have to do it yourself and trial and error. Don't worry, we're still going to get to why it's important for you to do the work. That's what we talked about for the topic. So that's trial and error. What is the image size for desktop and mobile for the cover image? Mindy, that's a great question. I don't specifically have the answer because I use the Canva template for Facebook cover art, so you can use that one. But here's the thing though, you guys. It doesn't give you this measurement. It doesn't give you this measurement, right? So it helps because it gets you started. But the only way you're going to be able to figure this part out to see how it looks here is by literally downloading the photo, uploading it here. It's going to open in a minute. Uploading it here and testing it. So I got to this point. So it looks great here. It looks good over here. Let's see if I can just close that out. It looks good here. We noticed it looked good on mobile. So let me bring you guys back to me for a second. Boop, it's going to take a second. You guys are awesome. So patient. I love it. Okay, so we know that it looks good here, right? Because we can see it. And I may have to just bite the bullet on this one and just say we're good. Because those two areas match and that's all I really care about. But watch. Because Chrissy wanted me to see if it works on mobile where you can edit, which it doesn't right now. But, you guys ready? Look what happens when I click on it. And again, this will change for every phone, so, just make it look decent for whatever you got. But watch. Where is it? Really? Really? How you gonna do me like that? You gonna just cut everything off? Like, I don't even know. Like, why? What year are we in? We're in 2018. How do we not have resizable image windows for Facebook? We have them everywhere else. Like, Debbie or somebody else, like, come on, team up and let's tell them what's up. That, or let's just build my app and we'll just call it a day and we'll all just be okay. But it's just like, come on, like, really? Like, give me a template with that size. Let me do my work, right? How many of you guys are saying, yes, preach, Ed, preach? Like, one size that fits all, and all you got to do is line it all up one time and call it good. Upload it, and then it automatically gets resized. I don't care what window, what size, like, just do it. Debbie says, yes, I know. We'll just all, you guys don't tell anybody, but we'll just all work on my app, and we'll just make that the best app. I mean, it's good. And yes, Mindy, they do consistently change the sizes in Canva. Well, Canva can't keep up, yes, because they keep changing the sizes. We actually had Aaron, not Miller, but our other Aaron, drop a valuable resource in the Hey Ed community. So FYI, check that out for those who are in there. So understand, like, you can't have it perfect every time, as we just saw, but at least you're trying to play with it and you're trying to get it to appear in most places the correct way. So that's all you can do, right? I just want you to be aware that there's the desktop version and a mobile version. That's for Facebook, that's for your website, that's for your emails. And understand that you need to try to test on all of those before saying we're good, okay? So now, I'm going to have a drink of water, and then we're going to talk about the main topic. So, when it comes to, I don't know, can you see the dog? No, you can't see the dog. He's lower. So, today, totally side random story, but it ties into what we're going to talk about. So I finish at the gym, and I go a different route home. Now, for those who are not familiar with Northern California area, where I'm at, we actually had devastating wildfires back in October, and it burnt a lot of our city and surrounding areas. So I drove by one of the areas that used to have a Kmart store. You know, Kmart's pretty big store. And then I thought, this is how my brain works, especially after being at the gym. I drive past this shopping center. It had a big old Kmart, which is now empty. It's all just flat. And then, all these other little shops to the side. Literally maybe 5 seconds of my drive time right there, right? And I'm driving through and I'm like, this is a Facebook Live topic. This relates to what we talk about all the time in business. This is why it's important that we still do the work. We can't rely on others to do the work. And I'll explain that in a second. What you have to realize is that at the end of the day, we as business owners still need to put in the effort to make things happen. So let me give you a real life example. When you take a shopping center, now I'm going to use this one, but I'm sure you have shopping centers all around you. You think about a shopping center. You have a big store like Kmart, Whole Foods, Target, and then you have typically all these other shops. Some may be big, major chains. In this specific shopping center that I'm referring to, Kmart was probably the biggest one. Then there was Payless Shoes, Dollar Tree, and then like some, we'll call them mom and pop shops, because they're not like chains. So you got to think about this. And this is big, especially if you're thinking about retail, because you have all the overhead. But it applies to those of you who have online businesses or will have online businesses. When you are looking at setting up shop, online or in retail, you have to think about the location, right? And so we're going to use this real life example just so I can keep everything straight. So you see this big Kmart before it burnt down, and you're like, yes, I want to be in this space. There's a big Kmart there. People are going to come here and shop every day. They're going to see my little store over here, which I haven't built up a huge presence, but I'm next to a Kmart and I'm next to a Payless. Those draw traffic. People know those places, which means they're going to discover me. Valid, right? It sounds pretty normal. And then you go in, you set up shop, and you open your doors, and you're like, all right, okay. Nobody's here yet, but I sent out a tweet. I did Facebook post. I wrote a blog post. Wait, did I write a blog post? Oh, we don't even have our blog set up on our website yet. But I have a Facebook page. I don't know how to use it, but it's there. Like, you see where I'm going with this? Is that it's like, what do we always say? You can't just set it up and hope that people come. There's more to it, but my brain's kind of fried for that right now. You can do that online with, yes, so Chrissy says, if you're referring to online, like Chrissy is, that's where SEO comes into play. That's where your social media marketing strategy comes into play. What's the plan? How are you going to get attention? Things like that. So we'll talk about online, I think, in a second, if I can keep up with that thought that's in my head. But, with this retail thing, you can't just go in to this spot, between some major brands and hope that you're going to get business because you're like, people are going to go shop there. No, you still have to do the work. You still have to come up with flyers. You still have to come up with marketing messages. You still have to have a website. You still have to post on your blog. You still have to be active on your business page on Facebook. You have to go live. You have to go tweet if people are there. You have to go on Instagram and post these amazing, we'll say food shots or product shots, whatever it is that you're selling. Like, all of that stuff matters, you guys. It doesn't matter if it's retail or here's the online example. The online example is, if you build it, they will come. Thank you, Paula. That's what I was looking for. Hey, Sarah. That's exactly what I was looking for. Thank you. You can't, just build it and hope that they come. You got to do the work. And I know you guys understand that for those who have online businesses, because you're over there just like me, just like every other entrepreneur at some point in time where you're like, dang, I'm hoping that sells. Like, I thought that's what it was. Like, that's what people wanted. But building it is only one thing. And when I say build it, I'm saying launch, whether it's a course or an email marketing plan or whatever. Like, hey, Mickey. See you getting a little loopy at the end of this. Show up, deliver, and engage. Exactly. I mean, that's really what it comes down to, you guys. So again, when you go online, awesome. You have your social media accounts. You got your username for your Facebook, your Instagram, your Twitter, your Snapchat, your whatever chat. Great. That's one thing to check off the to-do list, and that is a huge accomplishment. I'm not belittling that, if that's the right word, at all. What I'm saying is that that's one thing checked off your to-do list. Now you got to figure out your website. Now you got to figure out, what are you selling? What is your message? How are you going to share that message? By storytelling, like we talked about earlier, if you're just joining us. How are you going to consistently do that? You guys, I'll be honest with you right now, because I want you to understand. I will be in the same boat as you at times. Sometimes all the time. It depends on what the topic is. But I'll share with you guys right now. I know that I need to step up my Instagram game. I know that, both for my consulting business and for Stupid Easy, which is the online course platform. You guys might be like, what? I didn't know that. Yeah, I have another business called Stupid Easy. And I haven't been promoting it as much because I've been working on the consulting part and the Hey Ed membership and all these other things, right? So it's my fault, and we won't say the F word, but it's my fault for not putting in the effort for that, even though I know I need to do it. So right now, what I'm working on is video clips that I need to edit. Like I have a lot of editing to do. It's just me. So I have to force myself to make time to do it in between client work and my other obligations, right? Well, I don't know if obligation is the right word. That's kind of weird. In between the other things that I prioritize, right? So we're all in the same boat. You have to have the right message and the right, yes, Aaron, audience. One side of the equation isn't enough. Exactly. You guys are awesome. You're picking it up. And that's what I want you to understand is that with whether it's a retail business or online or both, you still have to do the work. Yes, you can go ahead and outsource if you want certain things, but before you do, you need to understand your business. You need to feel it. You need to put that into your messaging, into your stories. So that way when you actually have somebody else work on certain things for you, they have a better idea and you're not wasting their time, your time, or money. Does that make sense? So really understand that you still have to do the work, that you can't just push it off to somebody. You want to understand it a little bit. And it may not be the work that you want to do all the time, but it has to start with you because you are the business. Let me just see what Mindy says. And sometimes it's hard to figure out the right work to do first. So true, Mindy. So true. It really is. And that's why you guys need to connect with other business owners. That's why you need to listen to podcasts, watch YouTube videos if you want, watch these videos, obviously. Connect with like-minded people that are different levels than you are, right? They're at different levels than you are, because then you all can work together. And that's a big part of why I created the Hey Ed membership. Like that's not necessarily, I didn't plan that plug, you guys. That's what I'm bringing to the table. That's real though. Like literally, we're in there. I'm dropping the knowledge, and then people are picking up what they need, and then they're asking questions and they're engaging not only with me but with each other. Like just like you guys are doing right here on this live, and what you'll do on the replay because you want to comment to connect with others. Like that's a big, big thing, and you have to understand that. Like I said many times, the magic happens in the comments, and that's not just here on Facebook. That's everywhere you go, both online and in person. Comments is talking to somebody in person. Debbie says, start with understanding your users or customers and mapping it out, their experiences. Yes, with your product or service. Mapping it out is huge. You guys, pen and paper. Get Post-its if you have to. I have the big Post-its. You guys have seen it. That's what I call the new entrepreneur wallpaper. That's the thing, right? Those big Post-its. Then what you do is you get little Post-its and you start mapping them out. You just, one topic, boom, and then fill in little items there. Another topic, boom, and then you start seeing it all over there. Here is a good one. I know it's like, you guys feel that? You feel that energy? You feel that rapid fire? For some of you guys, you may not know Jess Hoffman, but she pops in into our audience here every so often. Good friend of mine. We talk about business all the time. If you ever watch one of her lives, which actually I shared one on the page here, it's under the community tab. If you want to see what I'm talking about in terms of mapping it out, look at her background. Right, Aaron? I love Post-its too. Look at her background in her video. It's literally the big Post-its that I'm talking about with all the colored Post-its all over the place. It's actually, it's kind of like my dream bedroom when you think about it, because it's like super cool how it all looks. And I don't know, I know I'm weird, but like when you're creative and stuff, it really helps when you map things out, and because it's all chaos, right? And it sounds great, but then when you start mapping it out and you see things, that's when you can make the connections. So whiteboard it, pen and paper, there's apps, there's computer programs. Go with what works for you. I always tend to go to the actual pen and paper route first because it's a natural flow. And guess what, you guys? You know how to use that technology, right? You don't get held up on the computer with, ooh, what program should I use? Oh, how do I learn this? Oh, I don't know how to do that. But I want that. You're blocking that natural flow. So get your pen and paper and just go to town with it. That's what you have to do. I know, Mickey. I know. It's really. You guys, what can I say? I'm just being honest with you guys. Dream Bedroom has a walls full of giant sticky notes. It's actually fun fact for my book, which I haven't organized a whole lot recently. But for my book cover, I do want something that involves a lot of Post-its. So I'm like, Jess, can I come hang out at your house for a little bit? But the weather has to be a lot better because I'm in sunny California and I'm not trying to go to the snow. So anyway, so I hope that was helpful, you guys. As you can see, I get really passionate about business and tech and helping you guys out. Anytime that you come across ideas and things like that in terms of questioning what about your about page and stuff, you don't even have to be a part of Hey Ed membership. If you can't afford it or you don't want to pay, that's fine. Go to my website and click on Learn from Ed and search the blog. That's the best way, because then you can find great episodes like this where you can learn on your own time for free. Same thing with podcasts. You learn it for free. I'm schooling you right now in business and tech. That's what we're bringing to the table. Paula says, I get it. As a designer, I still sketch thumbnails. Yeah, exactly. So that's what I want you guys to understand. Tomorrow we're going to have a guest. I'm super excited. My friend Kate is going to be here, and I believe, let me just double check. We are going to be talking about, let's see. Boop, hang on. We are going to be talking about email. We're going to be talking about email and open rates. Oh, you guys ready for this? Some of you know what's coming. I know, and it's just going to be a goof, but this is how we're going to end it out, okay? So, email open rates. Open. Remember that commercial? Mervyn's? That's where it was. That was the big retailer back in the day. Now we got JCPenney is JCPenney was always good, but JCPenney is trying to hold it strong for all of us who were Mervyn's people. So we'll see what happens. Anyway, I appreciate your time, you guys. Mickey says, I honestly joined Hey Ed because I knew if your free content and community is this good, your paid is going to kill it. Yeah, thanks, Mickey. That's awesome. I appreciate that. And you guys, I didn't pay Mickey to say that. That's honest feedback. And the community is just getting started. I have a lot of big plans for us, so I'm super excited that it's working for you. Thank you so much. I appreciate you guys, everything. So thank you, and I hope to see you guys back here tomorrow. And if you need anything, you know where to find it over on the blog. Have a great afternoon, evening, morning, wherever you're at, and we'll talk to you soon. Take care.